All right, let's just dive right into this one. Welcome back to another edition of The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really fascinating blueprint for modern business expansion. And we're drawing this straight from the strategic framework over at Atika Digiverse. If you've ever found yourself wondering how businesses actually manage to scale up from, say, a localized idea into this massive, commanding digital presence, well, this explainer is going to break down exactly how that architecture is built, all based on their core methodology.
So, Atika Digiverse kicks things off with one very clear directive, and that is outward expansion. Because let's be real, in today's hyper-competitive landscape, just maintaining the digital status quo, that essentially means you're practically invisible to a massive chunk of your potential market. They really position themselves as this critical bridge, right? A bridge connecting exactly where a business currently stands to the vast, totally untapped potential of the online marketplace. They're focusing entirely on comprehensive, strategic growth, not just, basic baseline maintenance.
Okay, moving into Section 1, the digital toolkit and our core services. All right, so here we're looking at their 5 core pillars. We've got digital marketing, SEO optimization, social media marketing, content creation, and branding and business growth. But here is the kicker. Rather than treating these like totally siloed, separate departments, Atika structures the whole shebang as one unified ecosystem. Think of it like a giant puzzle. Your branding basically dictates your content creation, right? Which then fuels your SEO strategy, which then feeds right back into the social media marketing loop, all sitting under that broader umbrella of digital marketing. The real absolute core insight here is that literally none of these elements are designed to operate optimally in a vacuum. I mean, you can't have killer branding without high-quality content, and your content absolutely won't yield returns without SEO and social to actually distribute it out there. These are deeply interconnected building blocks, fully engineered to systematically drive a business forward.
Which brings us to Section 2, diving into the growth philosophy, synergy, and success.
Their overarching motto is this: your idea, our strategy, limitless growth. And honestly, that equation right there, that forms the absolute core of their consulting philosophy. They're acknowledging a pretty fundamental truth about business expansion. The vital spark, the actual product or the service, that always comes from you. But as we know, an idea alone doesn't just automatically scale itself like magic. Actually, deploying their interconnected strategy is what supposedly unlocks that limitless potential we all want. It really highlights exactly why understanding and utilizing these structured digital ecosystems is framed as absolutely vital for modern businesses. Synergy isn't just a buzzword here, it's literally the mechanism for scale. And that leads us right into Section 3. Join our community for essential tips and updates. Now, their final step here isn't just your standard generic sign-off. It's actually a very strategic funnel. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. By pushing users through these standard engagement metrics, they are essentially offering a continuous, ongoing feed of digital education. It's a super clever strategy, designed to keep their audience totally plugged into what is, let's face it, a rapidly shifting digital landscape. By taking these actions, users aren't just participating in a one-off transaction. They're actually building a real, ongoing educational relationship. So that leaves us with one final thought. We've explored the roadmap today, right? Going from an interconnected toolkit spanning SEO to social, all the way to the underlying philosophy of combining your personal vision with a highly structured digital ecosystem. They've laid out a really clear path for expanding your digital footprint. So the big question you have to ask yourself today is this: are you ready to merge your ideas with expert strategy for limitless online growth? Seriously, take a second and think deeply about what your core business idea is right now. Now imagine what it could actually become if it were amplified by the exact right digital architecture. Wild, right? Anyway, thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll see y'all next time.